Continuation of the topic and heat losses from the body, and next one is through kidneys. Okay, so you know that the kidney is also one of the excretory process. So what is happening here means the kidney secretes in the form of urine, and where the heat is also going to be lost from the body. And next one is through the bowel. So bowel means feces. Okay, so the bowel is through the form of a feces also the heat is going to be losses from the body surfaces. Okay, so that is regarding of the heat losses from the body. So our next topic is so I had deal with that already. I have seen you that two types of process: heat production and heat loss from the body. So heat production means nothing else but fever. Okay, so fever, or it is also called as hyperthermia and hypothermia. Okay, so what are the two types of fever means? So hyperthermia and the hypothermia. So already what do you mean by fever? So you know that fever is nothing else but elevation of the body temperature. So elevation of the body temperature means the normal temperature 98 point degrees centigrades. Either it may be a set of point will increase a temperature, so that is called as a fever. So first one is a that is called as a fever, or it may be a hyperthermia. So hypothermia means what? And where decreases the below thermoregulation, so nothing else but decreases the heat loss from the body. So that is, so below 95 degree centigrade of the Fahrenheit, so that is called as a hyperthermia. So in detail we'll be dealing with the what are the classification of the fever, what we have dealt in the hypothermia and the hypothermia. So these are all the normal gradings of the temperature. And next one is a, so fever is presented when? Okay, so already I have shown you that, and what are the so ways you are going to check the temperature in three process, that is a rectum, through oral, and through axial. And what are the normal temperature? So already have knows. Okay, and next one is a causes of fever. So okay, so what is the causes of fever? Nothing else but, so you already we have discussed in the first thing that exercises and infections and your malignancies or any kind of allergies, stress, and some of the heat stroke already we have discussed in the introduction topic. So what are the signs or symptoms of the fever? So you will get a headache, and you will get chills, and body ache means body pains, and tachycardia, and you will be having a palpitations, will be the sweatings, and tachyapnea, and you will have weakness, irritation, and unconsciousness. And in the process of heat stroke, and you may lead to the so unconscious, or maybe the syncope, nothing else but the stage of the unconscious level. Okay, so or increase the symptoms also you may see in the fever. Okay, and what are the diagnostic evaluations you are going to perform means, and taking through the history, including for example first you have to go through the history collection first. So okay, so whether he is traveling in endemic areas means high risk of having more exposure to heat and exposure to radiation or contamination of the water or food, we have to ask the history to the patient. And the next one is we have to go for the physical examination, so that is palpitation, auscultation, and reflexes you have to observe. So diagnostic evaluations like, and total blood count you have to do, and urine analysis you have to make, and chest x-ray, and very any lung deformity, or maybe a ultrasonography of abdomen, malaria antigens. Okay, and these type of all the investigations you are going to undergo with the fever or hyperthermia. So what is the medical management you are going to treatment? So it is going to be, first one is a underlying cause. Okay, what is the main cause of the fever, that you have to treat first. So after that you have to go for the antibiotics and antipyretics if any infection is there, and symptomatic treatment. So symptomatic treatment means what are the signs and symptoms you are seeing, right? So that signs and symptoms is going to be checked out. And next one is a nursing management. So coming to the nursing management is very very important. So if the person is having a fever, so what you have to do means, first lose the clothing, and whatever the patient body is there for tight clothing is there, you have to lose that. Or if any extra clothing is that you have to remove, and you have to maintain the room temperature by means of proper ventilations, and you have to use the fans. And because so if the patient is having chills and everything, you have to put off the fan. And if the patient don't have a having sweatings, and you have to go for the sawing of fans. Okay, and the next step is maintaining of a fluid and electrolyte balance. Okay, so why? Because, and you have to maintain the liquid level with the body and salt like IV fluids orally, or it may be the IV process you have to give to the patient, and you have to maintain the adequate nutrition to the patient. So why? Because already in the mechanism first we have learned that the BMR, the basal metabolic rate, increases automatically, and the whatever the glucose is there, that is going to be converted into energy, and that energy is going to be released in the form of heat. So if you are having a good nutritious food, and you are going to have a strength to fight against the microorganisms. Okay, and next one is a cold liquids you have to give. So cold liquid means like cool drinks, and whereas juices you have to give to the patient, and cold gastric lavage you have to give, and cold enemas you have to so make with the malignant fever, and we have to make a gentle body massage you have to make, so overall the body, and it will help you to circulate the blood vessels. And next one is a hydrotherapy. So hydrotherapy nothing else but water only. Okay, so you have to give in the form of fluid. And next one is the administration of the drugs. So already you have seen that what is the administration of the drug: antibiotics and the antipyretics. So paracetamol and the ibuprofen we have to give to the patient, and continuous monitoring of vital signs. So checking of vital signs is very important. So half an hourly once, or 1 hour hourly once you have to, or fourth hourly once you have to check to the, until comes to the normal, you have to check for the vital signs. And the last one is very important, that is so tap water sponging, or tip-it sponging, or a cold water sponging you have to give, or it is also called as cold sponge or the tip-it sponge. So these two type of so sponging you have to give to the patient, so it will control your the body temperature. And next one is that is regarding of hyperthermia. And coming to the hypothermia, already I have seen that what do you mean by hypothermia. So where the body temperature is going to be reduced at the normal set point, that is 95 degrees centigrade of Fahrenheit. So what is the symptoms? You may see that coldness of the body and extremities will be there, and shivering will be there, chills will be there, and weak thready pulse. So the pulse also is going to be weak, and that is more than the 52 beats per minute it will going to be there, and unconscious and shock, and respiratory deprivation, and where the patient is also having some of the breathing difficulty. Okay, and what is the causes means shock will be there, either due to the septic shock, due to septic shock means due to any infections, and hypovolemic shock. Hypovolemic means and due to the decreased water levels in the body, or anaphylactic shock, and due to any allergic reactions, or emotional shock, so due to stress or other etc factors. And hemorrhage, so what is going to be there in a hemorrhage means excess of bleeding with the body, so automatically the fluid and water content is going to be loose from our body surface. And weather, and if the weather is too cool, that is 0 degree centigrade automatically, and where the patient is going to be in the condition of hypothermia. And conditions related to hypothalamus, so you already have explained the mechanism that hypothalamus is only the regulation of body temperature, and when there is any problems to hypothalamus, and automatically the regulation of the body is going to be damages. And next one is a nursing management. So nursing management, what you are going to give here means, so in the nursing management there are the preventive factors. Okay, we have to plan for the activity, we have to give appropriate clothing should be give, and dressing in layers, wear hat and gloves, nothing else but cap. And we have to provide drink fluids, here not cool drinks, hot drinks we have to give, that is we have to avoid some alcohol and tobacco, and adequate diet only we have to give to the patient. So here, and this hypothermia is going to be differentiate two form: mild hypothermia and the severe hypothermia. If the patient is having mild hypothermia, so first we have to prevent further heat loss, and we have to remove the wet clothing, and we have to warm environment we have to give, and oral rehydration you have to give to the patient. And in the severe hypothermia, cardiac monitoring is very important. Why? Because and it leads to the shock. Okay, and move the patient to the warm and dry environment, and remove wet clothing. Okay, so and remove the wet clothing, and warm dry blanket you have to give, and hot water bottle you have to give, and wrapped hot rocks, nothing else but we have to so warm up the patient with the heat. Okay, and what are that external rewarming? Nothing else but radiant heat stores and some heat pads we have to give, or immersion in the hot water. So like for example legs in the hot water, and like active core rewarming like heating air inhalation we have to give, and heated IV fluids we have to give in the process of gastrointestinal irrigation or peritoneal dialysis, or the extracorporeal rewarming we have to give in the process of heat IV process of fluids. So that is regarding of the overall hypothermia. Okay, so that this is a topic regarding of a altered body temperature. So already we have discussed that, and just summarizing of the topic, that is altered thermoregulation. So we have discussed and what is the definition of the body temperature, and also we have discussed and what are the types of body temperature, that is hypothermia and hypothermia and the signs, and what is the management of the altered body temperatures. So thank you.